Sunday evening, November 1st, David Farmos, presidential candidate. This will be what I'm going to put down as like for the farmer. That's like if you get in a situation where the government wants to kill off your livestock to keep an infection spreading throughout the country, the government will reimburse you for any financial loss. Rather than a farmer having to take a financial loss, the government will reimburse the farmer for any financial loss he would incur as far as what it cost him for the financial loss of livestock, for the safe disposal of the livestock, so the livestock would not infect the water table or anything that the livestock, the burial or the disposal, the humane disposal of the livestock that he'd have to get rid of so it wouldn't infect what he'd have to do so it wouldn't infect what would be incurred and it not infecting the rest of the whatever livestock so it wouldn't infect the rest of the livestock. Now, as far as keeping the ground fertile, as you farm the ground, sometimes the ground will lose its fertility, and you have to refertilize. The federal government will pay the farmer to get his ground fertilized. As long as they're getting the fertilized, it don't run off into groundwater, don't run off into drinking water, or pollute the drinking water, run off into streams, or pollute the ground table water. Meaning that if the farmer needs to fertilize ground that was already fertile and was depleted during the operation of growing food, the federal government will pay the farmer whatever it takes to bring the farm ground back up to the standard it was before he farmed the ground. And if there's a farm out after it does that, along with the fertilizers is available at a reasonable cost, whatever it takes to bring old farm ground that has been depleted due to farming practices, the federal government will reimburse the farmer whatever it takes to bring the farm ground back up to reasonable standards to grow crops, so the farmer doesn't have to take a loss bringing farm ground back up to where he can grow crops on it. Just a short comment to help the farmer out. Now, if people working for the farm, driving a tractor back and forth the field, that'd be like a truck driver, that may be a $300 an hour job, but in the field it'd be a $200 an hour, 60-40. The farmer get 40% of the $300 on the road, or 40% of the $200 an hour in the field. If a farmer needs to buy a combine or whatever, he'd get an interest fee loan. He just have to get it paid off before the combine wore out. And he'd get paid while the guy was out in the field farming. It may have to get paid more than the $300 an hour for the guy to drive it, so he gets enough money while he's driving it to get it paid off before it gets wore out. He may actually have to get higher wages for that guy to drive it, so 40% of $300 an hour while he's driving it, so he can get it paid off before it wears out. But whatever. But it should be, I'm trying to do a fair or a better deal than has ever been done before by the federal government, because the federal government, I believe, been ripping everybody off, because there's no way for you to actually get money from the federal government for them to tax you to get the money back. As I see it, there's no way to get money from the federal government for them to tax you money when they charge you taxes. there's no way for you to actually get money other than borrowing it for them to charge you taxes. So I'm going to do a little role reversal so you can actually get money, and then they won't be able to charge you taxes. You can just get the money that you can spend around and get stuff without them charging you taxes. All these things will be tax-free.